Hey everybody, it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday, November 2nd, I believe. And Magnolia and I are anchored at Hammock Bay, which is actually part of Camp Lejeune Marine Base in coastal North Carolina. And this is basically the only decent anchorage between Moorehead City, Beaufort, North Carolina, and Wrightsville Beach or Carolina Beach, which are down closer to the Cape Fear River. So there will probably be more boats coming in here as the day progresses, because there is a bridge about 3 miles to the north, the Onslow Beach Swing Bridge, and they're building a new one next to the swing bridge, and they're closing the span of the new bridge starting Monday, and it will be closed all next week, I believe, and then, if I'm not mistaken, the following week as well. But anyway, so boats won't be able to get through unless they're little short power boats. But so everybody has been pushing it to try and get through there before that closure, including myself. And the old bridge, the swing bridge, used to open on the half hour and the hour, and now they've started just opening on the hour. So basically had to wait a half hour or so for it, or time the arrival at a slower rate. Could have gotten here earlier if it had opened. But anyway, this is any cruisers on the East Coast. If you mention Hammock Bay, they'll know exactly where you're talking about. And luckily it's fairly good size anchorage, although it does get shallow further off to that direction. And I'm only, well, there's some obstructions underwater along this way, and I'm only probably 150, 200 feet from where it starts getting shallow over there. Anyway, the plan is to head to Carolina Beach tomorrow, which will be Sunday, if the weather cooperates. It's supposed to be pretty windy. Gusts in the low 20s is the forecast. We'll see how that works out. Anyway, the town of Carolina Beach has 10 mooring balls that they rent out for $30 a night. So I have reservations for tomorrow and Monday night on a mooring ball at Carolina Beach. So that's about 42, 43 nautical miles from here. So a little over 7 hours, I guess, tomorrow. But it will all be inside and semi-protected. This is the 8th day in a row that we've traveled since leaving Solomon's last Friday, or a week ago this past Friday, a week ago yesterday. So we've moved every day, so it's starting to catch up a little bit. I anchored at Money Island Bay, Anchorage at Beaufort, Moorehead City yesterday. That's the first time I've anchored there, and it's not protected, but it's plenty deep and plenty large. And it's just me and one catamaran in there yesterday, and that was a good stop off or good jumping off spot to get here relatively early in the day. We made the noon bridge opening there at Onslow, so got to choose our spot, being one of the first boats here earlier. Yesterday had been having problems where the alternator wasn't charging the house bank, and there's a DC to DC charger between the starting battery, which is flooded lead acid, and the house bank, which is lithium. But it kept giving a engine shut off detected reason for it not charging, and eventually the problem appeared, or the resolution to the problem appeared. The positive wire that connects to the back of the alternator, the lug on the end of that wire came off. The wire itself was in such bad shape that the lug basically dropped off, so it wasn't making much of a connection. So yesterday afternoon, after I got to the Anchorage at Moorehead City, I had to tear the boat apart to find the parts I needed. Luckily I did have a new lug, but I had to find my crimping tool for crimping lugs on the ends of wires, and you know, this thing's got like a 18-inch handle on it, and so eventually I found that, and once I found the parts and the tools, it went fairly quickly, and it worked fine all day today, so didn't burn anything up, and the batteries were completely charged when I got here, even though you can see there isn't a whole lot of sun, so the solar hasn't done much today. And I've been having issues with my my iPad Pro, which is my main navigation chart plotter tool, and it would be working fine, and then it would the screen would go black and it wouldn't turn back on, and I think it's overheating, because eventually it will come back on, but luckily I have two other iPads, and so starting yesterday I had my iPad Air, which was my old it's a 9-inch I think screen, and the iPad Pro is 12-inch or maybe slightly more. So anyway, I had been having the other one running as a backup, and so unless I can figure out what's going on and resolve it, and I will just use it. If you're wondering why I'm just holding the camera out, there were some dolphins swimming around in here a little while ago, over next to this boat back here. I didn't see where they went though. That big power boat over there, the name is Work Not, but he followed me all day long, and he tried to pass once, but he couldn't get that thing to go fast enough to. You know, I was moving right along trying to make the 12 o'clock bridge opening, and so he and the second trawler straight ahead came in right behind me. They all came through the bridge the same time I did. And then this sailboat over here has come in sometime after the 1 o'clock opening, and so did this one back here with the wind generator on it. Speaking of the wind generator, you may be able to hear a little bit, but in gusts this thing really takes off. I think it's gotten a little out of true. I need to probably attempt to balance the blades a little bit somehow. So anyway, Hammock Bay, part of Camp Lejeune, and I've been here before and seen Osprey Zero takeoff planes flying over here, and last time I was here, I guess last spring, I stopped off here on the way back to Solomon's, and they had landing boats, inflatable landing boats, and marine crews were out doing stuff with them. So you never know what you'll see going on here. Looks like they're getting ready to build something over there. Lots of pilings. That'll be interesting. Hope they don't take up any of the Anchorage. All right, well, that's it for now. I hope everyone's doing well, and that you're enjoying these videos. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and hit the little bell icon. Click that so that when I post a new video, you'll get a notification. Okay, tomorrow off to Carolina Beach. That's all for now. Thank you.